And we're back.
Woo!
Welcome back, us. All right, let's
Yeah.
do the things.
Do it.
Yes. So, you guys, this figure had just come in the room, and she turned, and the whole front of her smock was covered in dried blood, and you can see the slash across her neck where it was cut. And she just keeps repeating, "Pinch of salt, pinch of salt." Calithra, you now that she's come within range, you can definitely feel a necromantic effect on her.
Oh, lovely. I am going to channel divinity and cast my holy item at her because I am so sick and tired of these undead mobs in this campaign. It is where lesser gods have abandoned the surface and it has been left to ruin and captivated by morons and undead things, both brainless. What do you know? For those of you that don't know, Calithra has a pair of dice, which she uses for gaming, but is also one of her two holy items, so I will be casting Channel Divinity to get this thing away from me. I can't be bothered. Can't.
Are you turning undead?
Yes.
All right. Channel Divinity, turn undead.
Can I also, for fun, roll 2d6?
You can.
Yes.
I
Well,
like
I
this
eventually
idea.
want to have my own pair of dice that I just roll here with me, but I haven't had time to go and purchase them, so...
What is the 2d6 for?
Because she's rolling her dice.
My character's holy item is part of a gaming set, which I had beforehand, so not
Does
only
it have
do I
any
use
effect, or is it just for
it's
RP?
for just channeling it's like an amulet to my goddess or anything, the same thing like a priest would hold their cross and go back with you. Mine is just symbolizing chaos, and of course has little tiny spiders drawn where the little individual dots would be, and they're black
Legit.
and red and awesome because that's
Awesome.
how I roll. Get it? Roll the dice. 7.
And you would achieve an average result. But your 7 rolls at the feet of this creature, and it needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Let's do character sheet for the thing. What are you doing? There we go.
What are you doing?
Just working it out. What's your spell DC, Calithra? What number does it need to be?
Excellent question. Which I'm assuming can be answered by searching for turn undead in.
Looking at your character sheet.
I actually don't have channel divinity on my character sheet, which I will remedy for the next time that we are doing, because I didn't even remember that I had it until I read it like 2 seconds ago earlier in the campaign. But it should be under the spell list. Shit.
So your character sheet says your spell save DC is 11.
Okay. Channel divinity. There we go. Cleric channel divinity. It doesn't say. It just says that I can cast it once and then I have to rest afterwards.
Yeah, it says
Here
blah
it
blah
is.
blah.
At second level, you gain the ability to channel divine energy for your deity. Using that energy to fuel magical effects. You start with 2 such effects: turn undead, and an effect determined by your domain. So I'm guessing that would actually be the actual spell turn undead, which I will look up for us now. And I'm still not getting turn undead.
So what I've got is quote, as an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer centering the undead. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw, which the number it needs to beat is 11 according to your character sheet. Under spells.
Really easy roll beat.
Yeah, so
Damn.
yeah. So, and I'm not sure if that number is supposed to be, it's not modifiable in the character sheet, so it's probably accurate based on what you've input.
I would say that 11 is probably what it is.
What's your wisdom? Does she have a wisdom modifier?
I do not, because I think, like all selfish beings, I decided to. Oh, I have a wisdom modifier of 1. Never mind.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay, so
8
it was
plus
10
2 plus
plus
1.
1. Yeah, there you go. So it beats it. So what happens is you throw the dice at its feet and it turns up with a 7, and like the creature just looks down and looks up, and when it's like bent over and its head comes up, like this slash gapes grotesquely.
Somebody please
Ew.
kick it. Kick its head right off. Can I kick its head? No,
We can
I'm
definitely
a,
roll some initiative and see.
Yeah,
I was
Is it-
gonna say I'm fairly weak. I don't know if I have the power to kick its
Is
head
it
clean off. But its
Making
head
any
is
kind of
half off.
hostile action, or is it just kind of meandering about still after
It's
that?
meandering about. It doesn't seem to really have any awareness.
Even after that?
Yeah, like it noticed the dice and it looked up at you guys and it just repeats pinch of salt. Pinch of salt.
Oh, my initiative
To
is
the top.
amazing.
Do we want to disturb something that's not caring that we're here?
Do you
I'm shaking
want to?
my lizard head. Mm-mm. We should just walk by it. We should just go and let it keep looking for salt. I can't say that, but I'm just doing. Eek.
Then again, something could activate it to care that we're here, and then we'll be outnumbered.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with still trying to kick its head off. Yeah, I feel. Actually, no, not kick its head off. It's bent over. Its head is already halfway off. I have a short sword. I'm gonna cut the thing's head off and just end this once and for all. I don't need their permission to cut somebody's head off. I'm gonna cut this thing's head off.
Okay, so you can take that attack and then we will roll initiative thereafter, and don't forget to select your tokens when you do that. But I will add the 3 and 5 for now.
I don't
Not right at all.
I don't trust her to make a successful melee attack because I don't think she's got it in her. So as she draws her sword and walks up to it, I automatically assume that she's probably going to fail, so I follow behind to finish the
Okay.
job if she doesn't succeed.
Okay, so Calithra and
I,
Alorian,
Laura Lanya, appreciate that. Calithra does not.
the two of you can make attacks before we go into initiative order. So, Calithra,
I don't even know how to roll. Is that just a D20 for melee attacks? It's been so long
you
since I've
should be
actually
able
used
to
it.
just click it on your sheet.
Yeah, I
I
didn't.
did, and it came up with a 0, so I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, just for I guess for now, roll a 1d20 to see if you attack. Do you have any dexterity modifier? No, you have low dexterity.
No, if anything, I would have a negative dexterity
So does a
modifier.
12 hit? I guess if I
It's
don't know.
random.
Does a 12 hit?
Map selection.
A 12.
Everything needs to be random.
A 12 does hit.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
so-
God, that would have been so humiliating.
Short swords are
12.
It's literally right in front of me. Its head is half cut off. All the work is done for me, and a swing and a miss from the dark elf would have just been disastrous. Oh, praise law! Thank you for this beautiful gift.
Short swords are
Uh,
1d6. So roll
What's
1d6.
your damage? Sorry?
1d6 for short swords.
Okay. So just roll that for now.
Of course.
Oh.
Do I notice that she hits, but it like barely even nicks the skin?
Maybe its head like tilts back too far, and like where there was, like it just gapes so wide that your sword just goes past and its head flops forward.
I was trained in the spells and the divinity of laws. Melee is for males. It is for the lessers and the plebs.
So
Ah.
as I notice that she's clearly failed at this, as I totally expected her to, I step behind the ghoul and grab it by like the back, like their hair, and then attack to finish it off. Since I'm technically kind of semi-grappling, can I get advantage on the attack?
I will give you advantage on this since it's still technically an ambush.
And Calithra's in 5 feet, so an attack 18 for 10 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to sever its head.
And I look at Calithra and wink at her.
Then we are going to do. I did the thing. So you turn to Calithra and look at her, and the headless body turns around and swipes at you.
Oh shit.
Suck it, nerd! I mean, well, I was going to pointedly look away from him, and because I, for once, had nothing to say. But now I'm full attention.
So the headless body didn't slump to the ground?
No,
Okay.
it absolutely did not. Why won't you let me roll this right now? Game, please.
That's really funny.
Please game.
I guess it's a good thing that we're attacking it to kill it then, since, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. There we go. I did it. Does a 19 hit you?
It does, yes.
Yeah, so it turns around 9 slashing damage to your torso.
Alright.
And the head in your hand hisses.
I throw the head. Can I make a reaction? And throw the head in the hearth fire?
Yeah, you can do that.
I do that.
Okay. It's on fire.
Okay.
It's burning. Doesn't seem to have had any effect on the hostility of this thing. However, Zisa, it is your turn.
Oh no!
You are a lizard.
I'm just a lizard, man.
Would you like to change back? You can do that as a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I can actually just do to help. So this head is just on fire and nothing's happening.
Well, the head's on fire, and it's like you could hear it burning, but it's only been a couple of seconds technically since it was thrown in. The body seems completely unfazed.
All right. I mean, I guess I'll transform back into my original self.
Okay, that's a bonus action, so you can still move and act.
I guess what I'll try to do is hit this thing with a flaming sphere, or no, a flame blade. Let's just try the flame blade. That's my second level spell. I'm gonna try and hit this thing with my flame blade.
Okay.
Do I have action to speak, even though my turn has already gone?
Yeah, you can say things.
Reach inside your mess kit if you have one and throw some salt at it.
I don't think I have salt. Do I have salt? I guess that's smart.
I begin reaching for my mess kit as I say doing it, assuming that it's going to. If it wants salt, I'm going to give it some goddamn salt.
Do I have salt in my medicine or my survival kit? My explorer's pack?
I don't know if people just carry around seasoning.
Is there salt anywhere in the room?
I think my mess kit says that it has some in there, but yeah, we're also in a kitchen, so I'm.
Is there salt in this kitchen?
You can spend your action to look for some.
All right, so instead of returning to my original form, I would like to stay a lizard and look for salt.
Okay.
As Calithra says that, I say, "Why are you trying to season the ghoul? Do dark elves eat ghouls?"
Oh look, my detect moron spell is going off.
So, Zisa, roll me an investigation to see how long this is going to take you. You'll be able to find what there is to find on your next turn.
All right.
Okay, so Zisa darts off as a lizard to look for salt. A lizard, it's your turn. You're standing outside of the room. You hear some weird noises.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like there's some commotion. What do you do? And
So
feel
is
free
the-
to move your token.
Is the doorway like right here where Elorian is?
Yeah, Lorian's standing in the doorway.
Okay.
I moved behind the ghoul initially, so I guess I'm sorry I didn't move my token. I was technically here,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
and Calithra would have then been in front of the ghoul because Calithra didn't move either.
Yeah, you guys gotta move your tokens.
Yeah, sorry. I can't
So-
move Clither though.
Excuse me.
I've done it. I've done the thing.
I'm getting used to this newfangled Dungeons and Dragons with the computers and the clicking to find your spells and the back in my day,
In my day.
etc. Yeah.
Oh.
Says the bear from the afterlife.
Poor bear.
So yes, Lizard, what do you do?
I would like to, I guess, roll past Calithra if I can to get through the doorway.
You can do that unless Clothra is trying to block you for some esoteric reason. Okay, yeah.
Be my guest, but also let's do that.
So I want to roll past Calithra here to the side,
Okay.
if that's a thing, and then
Well,
just
it
kind of
turned-
try to grab the thing.
It had turned to hit me, right? Like it's not facing the door we came in anymore.
Yeah. It's just occupying space. Don't focus so much on the facing of the icon. So it is facing a Lorien, but you can attempt to grapple
Okay.
if you like.
Yes.
See what the exact rule is for that. To condition grappled. How to grapple.
How I are grapple.
How are to grapple? Grappling. When you want to grab a creature or wrestle with it, you can use the attack action to make a special melee attack, a grapple. If you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this attack replaces one of them. Target your grapple. We're good on that. Try to seize the target by making a grapple check instead of an attack roll. Athletics, opposed by the target's athletics.
Okay.
So you roll your athletics, and I will roll for the ghoul.
All right.
Let's do it.
Ooh, it is slightly nimble.
Ooh.
Slightly more nimble than you. Turns
Wow.
out.
Should it? I'm gonna lawyer for a second.
Yeah.
Could it have disadvantage because it's headless and it can't actually like have senses?
It doesn't use it. Wasn't using its head to perceive in the first place.
Okay.
It's like super dead,
It's
but
so
still moving.
bad.
It's real dead.
Sorry.
But it was still moving. No, that's a good question.
Nice try, though.
I appreciate your ingenuity, but no. So maybe what happens is Alizarin like kung fu's into the room and pops up from her ninja roll and tries to like get the thing in like a headlock, but there's no head. So your arm just kind of swipes over. It should be, and you're like, oh, what?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Headless targets were not in my training.
Yeah. Whoa.
What is this? You can spend a key point if you like.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I would like to do Step of the Wind and spend a key point for that. And that allows me to disengage or dash. So I would like to how far does dash get you? How does that
Dash is
compare
your
to just
full
like
movement.
running?
Dash is your full movement, but if you dash out of melee range of this thing, it gets an attack of opportunity on you. So you would have to disengage. Unless you want to take the attack.
Okay, I guess I disengage then. But that doesn't move me, right? I just never mind that.
Checking now. SRD, you are best girl. You're allowed to take your movement without provoking attack of opportunity. So you can move your full 40 feet away.
Sweet.
So yeah, Alizarin like dive rolls in, stands up to grab the thing.
At any
and,
point, does she notice that I'm
This
looking
is-
kind of rough from getting
Like,
hit?
nope.
Probably
Nope.
not.
Okay.
I'm just like, whoa, never mind. I do all these like crazy cartwheels through the room and like don't actually hit anything. I'm like, okay, whoa, never mind, you guys. And I just like roll behind Florian. I tried.
So after this amazing display of athleticism, Lauren, what are you going to do?
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is your turn.
Um, I the lanterns that are on the wall, are they removable?
It would take an action to get one off the wall.
A full action or a bonus action?
A full action.
Okay, I'm going to. Where on the map? So where we are in this smaller room, where is the hearth fire? Can you ping where the hearth fire is?
Yes, it is here.
It's there. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
And I can mark it.
I'm going to. Are there any wooden tools about? Like, no, screw it. I'm gonna attempt to move over to this side of him and push him into the fire.
Okay. I believe that is going to be an attack roll. So
Okay.
if you could roll an attack roll for me. And there's probably some
13.
additional rolls, but we're just gonna go with that. Yep, that's a hit. So, what kind of damage does being in the fire do? Let's see if we can adjudicate that. So you push the ghoul into the fire.
Get roasted, bitch.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
Because that would be hilarious. Man, let me come up with an approximation for what even the damage is on that. D&D, so specific. Let's see here. Looking at a spell. Let's say it takes 1d8 damage per turn that it's standing in the fire. How about that? So, and I'm sure chat will have some business to say about it, but we're just gonna go with that. Yeah. So it lands in the fire, and there's it can't really vocalize anything, but it's like kind of obviously distressed about being in the fire.
I'm assuming that since I pushed it and it connected, is it also prone?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's laying in the fire. It takes 7 points of damage, and it's flailing about. Calithra, what do you do?
How damaged is it looking? Like, are we coming close to what I can perceive is going to be the end of the fight?
It looks pretty wounded.
I cut its head off and it still hit me, so it's tough to say.
Yeah, it's a little tough to tell, but it looks pretty distressed
The
about.
rest of the room we have is in darkness, correct? In front of us, from what I can see. Is my detect magic, has it completely perished at this point?
No.
Can I see anything in the darkness? I'm going to make it look like I'm taking aim with my crossbow, but I'm going to use dark vision while I still have detect magic and see if there's anything in the room that I'm going to start wanting to move closer towards to grab for myself as treasure.
As treasure, no, there's nothing of that nature.
Any magic of any kind as I'm kind of pretending,
you
yes,
can
I'm
know-
totally going to help you kill the thing that's almost dead, as I greedily look around the room for whatever can benefit
So
me.
you can still see, you can still feel the necromantic energy on the ghoul.
As she's taking the whole turn to take aim, I'm like, how long does it take you to take aim on something that's in one position?
My
Shade.
detect moron spell seems to
No, we
continually
clear,
be going
You can feel other necromantic signatures from coming from. Let me just ping on a thing that you can see. You can feel it coming from this sort of general area and from above you, but you can't. That's all you really sense.
Perhaps in the school that they taught you in combat was only one-on-one. Perhaps that's only the amount of foes that you can handle at a time. Perhaps looking for danger in other areas where undead monsters are abound hadn't come to
He
you.
pushes, I'll throw them every game.
So, do you
Well,
take any action?
I'm just gonna keep aim on it while I'm still looking, since I sense that there is magic in that area and it's still undead. I'm just going to position myself. He seems to have everything well under control. I stand back.
Okay.
Do you say I have it well under control?
So the ghoul is in the fire. I am going to, I guess, make a dex check for it to see if it can get out. 10 or better, it stands up and moves. Otherwise, it continues to Magikarp in the hearth.
Nice.
Ghoul uses splash attack. But nothing happens. What does happen is it takes another d8 of damage. 3 damage this time. Yeah, it's all discombobulated. Zisa, it is your turn again. You have been searching through the cupboards, whatnot, throughout this round of combat, and you are able to find a salt shaker. It's about half your size as a lizard. It's there.
Can I carry it?
Not really. It's
Can I roll it?
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna tip it over and roll it with my tiny lizard hands over to the fire, and then I'm gonna tap Alori on the shoulder or on the foot or wherever I can reach him, and point at the salt shaker, and then I'm gonna do this.
Picture little
So I
lizard
have to shake the
aircraft
salt.
controller.
Salt it.
Careful, be really careful.
Salt it.
I ain't look at your I'm trying to bother her.
Okay.
And that's all I do.
Okay. So I assume, well, you're standing next to Lorian already. Alizarin, you tumble dived into the room and promptly noped out. What do you do now?
So it's still in the fire, right?
It's still on the fire doing the Magikarp.
What else is in this room? Is there any furniture in the room?
Yeah, there's the island that I mentioned before, like the counter space. There's a stove. There's several like storage pantry type things. There's
Like a
some,
rolly island on like casters, or just a straight up island?
no, it's like stuck.
Okay.
And there's some frying pans. There's the pot that's still on the stove full of heavens know what.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably starting to smell pretty bad now that I lit the fire.
Yeah, actually.
Well, I was thinking I was gonna try to like hold it in there with something, but I think I'm just gonna hold action.
Okay, what are you holding until? Do you have like a
Until?
trigger?
Until it comes out.
Okay, so you're holding action until it comes out of the fire.
Mhm.
Lorian, it's your turn.
I doubt I could feel a lizard tapping on my foot, but I'll say that I heard the tinkering of the
I made
salt
the noise.
shaker move across the floor, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're a lizard, so I mean, I have good hearing, but so I noticed that there's a salt shaker at
I
my
could
feet.
totally hear it. Just saying, my superior dark elf.
That's because you live underground. Anyway, so I'll pick up the salt shaker and I guess take the cap off and throw it at. Because I remember that Calithra said to put salt on it, so I'll throw the salt shaker at the ghoul in the fire.
Okay. I will
And
allow
all this at the same time, thinking this is effing ridiculous, but okay.
Yes, I will allow you to take this as a bonus action because now the ghoul is on fire and salty, but there is no other there's no other reaction.
Oh man.
Is there any
I'm
sort?
really hoping.
Salty, slightly charred ghoul.
After I
Put
do
both
that,
of my tiny lizard hands on my head like this.
after I do that, I'm looking around. Is there any sort of like broom or mop around?
Yes, that would be around.
Okay, is it okay? So I grab that and use that to hold the ghoul down in the fire.
Okay. I will say that will give it disadvantage on its dex checks to
That's
get
the
out.
goal. Yeah, cool.
Got it. Calithra, there's a roasting ghoul that has now been lightly seasoned with salt. Fire. What would you like to do?
Good idea with the salt. And I raise my eyebrow at her while I'm like struggling to hold this thing in the fire.
I see you have everything under control. I lean up against the wall casually.
Shall I interpret that as passing of your turn?
Yes, if the ghoul does make its way past the broom, though, I would like to reserve my action for that. I'm only
So you and Alizarin are holding your action.
feigning indifference as the useless male, does nothing. You know.
I whisper under my breath. I whisper under my breath, lazy cave dweller.
So 10 or better. It makes its 10.
We can fight on 10.
Even with disadvantage.
Yeah.
So you're trying to hold it down with the broom, and it swipes out with its claws and snaps the shaft of the broom and crawls out of the hearthfire, spending its movement, and it will take its action to take another swipe at. Actually, no, it can't do that. It's gonna swipe at you again with its
I
claws.
thought the action has to be to stand up if you're prone.
I thought that was your movement. Let me check. Let us check.
Maybe so.
I just want to make sure. Being prone, standing up takes more effort. Doing so costs an amount of movement equal to half your speed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
so it's able to stand up and take an action. So it stands up and swipes at you.
Okay.
With gross ghouly claws. Hitting for 6. Because I assume a 23 hits.
Yes, it certainly does. I am unconscious.
Okay. So Lorian's like holding it down with this broom, and then
Yeah, well, I'm like legit the only person in the fucking party trying to do anything to this fucking ghoul.
This is true. So he's like trying to hold it down with the broom. The ghoul reach up and snaps through the broom with its claw.
I'm going to attack
Stands up
now.
and takes another. Yeah, Alizarin and Calithra are able to take their action.
I'm going right here.
I'm going
Need to go.
to shoot it with my crossbow. Unfortunately, I put my crossbow on my character sheet the same way that I did earlier, so I'm assuming that it's a 1d20 to hit, and if I hit, then I will
Try
do
it.
damage. Okay, so give me a moment here.
You always click into like the settings of things when you could.
When I put down
Yeah, it's not
thing
right.
in there, it's just not right at all. I totally misinterpreted how it wasn't like the spells where you could click and drag.
There we go.
It wouldn't let me.
You have to check. You have to check that it's an attack.
Oh, how do I? Oh, I see.
I've done that. So
Okay, so ignore my natural 20.
well, we can take the natural 20. I just wanted to fix your character sheet.
Okay, I appreciate that very
Did
much.
roll that. So you rolled a crit, which is double the damage. So you can roll 2d8.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. We just do that every time.
Oops.
So get mid right now.
Would help if I
You can
actually
probably get mid
rolled
range.
2d8. There we go.
Of
course!
Lovely, lovely.
You're so lucky Lorian is not conscious to see this.
I am so grateful, and if anybody asked, it was a devastating blow brought by the glory of loss.
Yeah, you like your crossbow bolt like sticks in like the underarm fat or whatever, and it's just kind of there. Like nothing.
I am utterly useless in combat, but my ideas are brilliant. Why?
Ah, goodness, Alizarin. This crossbow bolt is like, and it's like kind of like pulling in like a really gross way because it's weighing down the like.
Like a saggy
it's
arm
nasty.
piercing.
Yeah, it's really bad. What do you do?
Oh my god, I just minimized everything. Oh no!
You can't nope out of the campaign.
I don't do anything. I mace it. I hit it. I smack it.
Roll me some mace.
Smack it. Smack that. Oh, why isn't? Oh, there we go.
Huzzah! So you get over your aversion to whatever the hell this is, because if you don't know what a bear is, you damn sure don't know what this
Yeah.
is. And you're just like, whatever this is, nope, I've had it.
It's nope.
What does it look like when you go over and like kill this thing?
Well, I've seen it be headless. I've seen it be on fire. So in my head, I'm like, I'm just gonna try to make like meatball out of it and like smash it as much as I can possibly smash. So I'm going for the torso, like the middle of the ghoul, and I come at it like mace high over my head, and I kind of like jump up a little bit and slam down into the ground and try to hit it as hard as I possibly can with my mace. I'm trying to like explode it.
Okay. I will go with that because Lizard is very strong, as we all know. And she does explode it much to the dismay
Nice.
of everyone else as like ghoul chunks splatter the kitchen.
Ah!
Fortunately, Elorian, who's like right there, is unconscious because he would be most disgusted.
Yeah.
People are stealing my killing blows left and right in this campaign.
So you've defeated this ghoul. Elorian has taken quite a bit of damage, and Zisa is still a lizard. What do you guys do?
I will go ahead and return to my original form and help heal Elorian.
Okay.
Is there any way I can aid her in doing that?
Do you have medicine?
I do have medicine.
Okay. Yes, I will allow you to help her and give her advantage on her medicine roll.
Cool.
This is unfortunate because
Fantastic.
as much as I love watching your character suffer, it's definitely slowing us down, each one dying at a time. But my character loves it.
Yeah, fair bottom, fair bottom.
So between the two of you, you're able to stabilize Elorian.
While they're doing that, can I just gently use my dark vision to kind of probe around the rest of the room that we can't see? Not with it going out within the safety of them staying close enough, but just kind of...
So you're in a kitchen. If you want to go out into the wider room that you can just kind of see into, you can do that. Yeah, you step out into what looks like a dining hall, like a very kind of Hogwartsy sort of long room with tables. And over in the corner, you can just see a dark shape kind of moving around very slowly.
It looks like we
It
have
hasn't noticed you.
more of these creatures in front of us soon. I would take care and be at the ready. Perhaps we should consider moving our companion outside. By our, I mean yours.
Do you guys want to step outside and like take a short rest?
We group like else.
I am for that.
We need to turn in.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess we have to. If Elorian's hurt.
Does the medicine
We're
check
out
just
of
get me
salts.
out of
It's-
having to roll death saves, or am I conscious again?
You just don't have to roll death saves, I believe.
Alright, so I'm not conscious yet.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, so we drag him outside?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can carry him outside. Are we just going back to the tree line?
I would assume so. We're just outside the gate. I mean, the thing hasn't like moved towards us, right? It's just in the shadows, so we just need to like.
It's just as far as Calithra can tell, it's just in the very back corner of the room.
So it doesn't seem like anything else has really noticed our presence.
Not yet, no.
Yeah, okay.
Shar, you're stuck.
I'm out of there.
Nothing.
So let's go outside. Should we just go to the gate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Go
Get
back
out.
outside, close to where we
To the
said,
gate.
drag the elf out there. I contemplate slitting his throat, but realize that Loth needs me to keep this one alive so that we can complete our quest.
Yeah, that's
So let me just double check what a short rest allows you to do. I believe Ishtar would be able to spend a hit die, but I
Yeah.
want to double check. Character can spend one or more hit dice at the end of a short rest, up to the character's maximum number of hit dice, which is equal to the character's level. For each hit die spent in this way, the character rolls the die and adds the character's constitution modifier to it, and you regain hit points equal to the total. So, Ishtar, if you would like to make Elorian a little less dead, feel free.
Yes. Roll. Well, it will do. Let's see. Ah. Boom.
Okay, so you get back 8, and you spent one of your 2.
Yep. Oh, wait, do I get these back every short rest?
I believe you get them back on a long rest.
Screw it. 4 more.
Okay, so you're back up to 12.
Yeah.
So what do the rest of you do while during this short rest? Like, what does that look like?
During the short rest, since I don't need to rest, I'm going to just kind of generally scout a wider area. I'm not a very stealthy creature. Is it day or night?
It's day.
It's
Currently,
day, so I
it's
can't,
kind of late morning at this point.
I can't really use my dark vision then, so I kind of just walk around, see if there's any, trails perhaps to like a cellar nearby or something. There can't just be this building with nothing around it, I figure, so I'm bored.
Okay. Can you roll me an investigation? Yeah, so you look around, but as you say, it's very bright, and it's like a cloudless day, which are the worst kind of days, and the sunlight is kind of starting to give you a headache. You don't really notice anything.
This party is giving me a headache. That's not of any surprise to me. I go back and sit down and wait for this one to come by, doodling spiders and singing my hymns to Loth.
Zisa and Alizarin, what are you doing during this hour rest?
I'm investigating too because I'm just anxious to get back inside and keep exploring. So I guess I'll roll for investigation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So Zisa is able to notice, you notice that the clattering that was coming from the second floor of the archive has stopped. And you also notice a familiar sort of energy signature.
That dead energy.
You notice that. You've all that are able to perceive these sorts of things have been noticing that, but you kind of get a familiar sense that reminds you a bit of the Dryad's tree.
Huh. I mean, from the building?
Mm-hmm.
Am I
Okay.
conscious yet, but still recuperating?
Yeah, you could be conscious and just...
Can I tell the group that this building feels a little like the tree did, so we should probably be on the lookout for skeletons?
Oh no.
Is there like a hole anywhere is there any place, like little places that they can come out of?
You don't see anything like that, no.
Okay.
You can't really see a dark elf visibly pale, but you definitely notice a slight discomfort at the mention of the tree.
This is perfect.
For no particular reason.
I guess, I mean, I don't know what it means, but I'm wondering if maybe...
If I guess I said I was searching anyway, so I wouldn't have time to regenerate another spell. What do you suggest that we do?
I think we should definitely prepare for more skeletons. And maybe, this is the whole building that this feeling is coming from? I just didn't feel it when I was
It feels like it's coming from a very like localized place, but it's a place that is in this building. Yes.
Okay.
If you
So,
tried, you could probably track it.
okay, I'll do that. I'll try to track it.
Well, you
What
have
do
to
I?
go in and like follow.
Oh, so I guess I'll just ask if my group minds if I go inside or if someone wants to come with me because I can't see. So
I
It's
go
also
with
true.
her.
can we go inside
Clearly,
and
out of the
track
goodness
this?
of my own heart, not because I want to miss out on any sweet, sweet loot.
So, just so that I know, Zisa and Kalithra are gonna go in alone and try to find whatever is emanating this energy signature.
Yep.
Does anybody say anything about that, or you're just like, okay, peace?
Is Lorian awake?
Yes.
Are they discussing this, or do y'all just like beeline it, or are y'all like are you
I
discuss-
asked if she wanted to come with me because I can't see.
I will assist you.
I suggest that, given that one ghoul alone, one headless ghoul, caused that much of an issue for us, since nobody wanted to do anything but me, that we
Keep telling yourself that.
that that you don't go in by yourself in case there's more than one.
You sure?
We had seen one
Okay.
upon
I can burrow there.
your unconsciousness
My
when
fault. I
we
should've been
scouted
my
the
fault.
room. There is reason to cause and
My fault,
believe
my
that
fault,
there
my
is
fault.
more. Are you going to let a little scratch
We
keep
can
you
just
down,
sleep.
Elvin?
Like, we have
How long? How long can we? How long would it take for me to gain the hit points that I got?
So the short rest is just an hour. I would assume after searching around, you've got maybe like 20 more minutes or something.
I mentioned that I'm feeling better by the minute, and if they could stay their actions for 15 to 20 more, then I'd find it to be a better idea to move as a full party.
All right.
I guess so.
I'm not really much of a trapper, but if there's
I'll
any
show him later if you're-
bugs that are
if you're
not
the game
spiders,
that is.
I
We're gonna try
have
to keep
silently to myself realized that perhaps my combat skills are not what they
They're
are,
okay.
and perhaps Loth is punishing me.
I'm on
I
my
promised her
right now.
6 souls. I attempt to find
Use
any
this thing.
6
I just
creatures
alone,
that
I
I
just
can, then begin killing them and sacrificing them to Loth, in hopes
He's-
that
Max
she
silence,
will
Max silence,
give me
Max
once
silence.
her favor again.
Okay.
I'm
So
just waiting impatiently. Just waiting.
So can we fast travel the next 20 minutes?
yeah, definitely. So we can montage Kalithra making her sacrifices, Valorian watching with kind of that like, what are you doing face. Zisa being patient, I assume, maybe. And Lizarin doing the
Right.
same.
Picking zombie guts out of my weapon.
Also, yeah, Lorian, you realize you're like real gross.
Yeah,
You don't know what
when the
happened.
moment I can feel like I'm strong enough to get up, I'm getting up and like wiping, like flicking it off of me and looking around for some kind of like cloth or piece of something to like start wiping this ick off of me.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys kind of regain your poise, so to speak, and prepare to sally forth into the archive once more.
Oh, and stealth.
Let's do it.
Stealth for me. Because I'm a little less confident now that I've gone unconscious today.
Yeah.
I have a little less
Yeah.
confidence in the assistance of my party through some fault of their own from some people.
Yikes.
Is everyone stealthy right now except me? Is everyone like
No, it's just me. I'm the
Yeah.
only one.
Well, how are you guys like entering this space? Like, what is? I assume Elorian is stealthing, but what are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna
I still
offer.
brazenly walk in like I always do because I'm a priestess of Loth and everything is below me and etc. etc. etc.
If she walks ahead of me, then I'll just walk between her and the other people of the party since I'm stealth and can warn them if I see something, and they don't have dark vision. So
Okay.
Okay, so Elorian's stealthing ahead.
I was attempting to stealth ahead of everyone, but Dark Elf decided she wanted to just charge in. So
Okay.
if she goes ahead of me, I'm not going to try to stop her.
Okay. So I assume you're Zisa. You're not lighting a torch, or are you just gonna kind of?
I'm just gonna kind of follow them.
Okay. So Elorian, your stealth is 19 there. Fantastic. So if you guys could do me a favor and move your tokens as you.
I guess.
I'm gonna kind of slowly move along as I do, kind of creeping in
silence,
through the room one at a time.
Okay. And Alizarin, are you following them or?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this? I don't know where the door is, but
Yeah,
They're all
that
like, doop,
there should be a door there. There's a door. Sorry.
doop, 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 doop.
So yeah, you guys come into this room, and Zisa can't see this, but the rest of you can see this like hulking figure in the back, and I assume only Elorian is being stealthy. So as you approach, it kind of stops moving and stands up, and it's a ghoul. It's another ghoul. This one is wearing clothing, like it's wearing a shirt and pants, but it looks like it was too small. It almost as if this thing like hulked out of its clothes, and like the legs are too short and the sleeves are too short, and it's a little ripped around the torso and waist. And it kind of has some scraggly brown hair on the top, and it's wearing a necklace that has a pendant at the end of it, and it has some sort of pendant on, and it stands and turns to you and bellows in rage.
It
Like
turns
Banshee
to
kind
me
of
or just the
noise?
party in general?
The party in general,
Oh, okay.
it bellows.
I would like to charge at it and cast Inflict Wounds because I am not getting bellowed at by an undead. That is dangerous and bad.
So I think given the time, Rob, we can start this combat in our next session.
Oh.
Anger the audience. What do you think?
If you think a 3d10 isn't gonna take care of it, sure, we can wait.
Yeah, let's look at that and inflict wounds. Let's see how that goes.
Okay, hopefully, yeah.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
This spell is
This might be the
extremely
one-
overpowered for what it is, so I hope that does the things. in the spell.
Roll me a 3d10, please.
Okay.
That hits.
Oh, we would have killed Paul.
Please, praise Loth. All glory to the Queen of Spiders. No more snake eyes. No more 1-point hits. We're going for the money.
Nice.
Yes!
Nice.
Yeah.
Finally!
I don't say that, but I'm.
Whale. So you run up and you smack it with your inflict wounds, and you can kind of like if the flesh is like
Four fingers gouging into it to represent the eight.
it's kind of like clay, where your hands just kind of like sink in and like there's no elasticity to it. And you strike a mighty blow, but it's not dead.
Shit.
So your hands just kind of like plunge into like the doughy flesh of this thing, and it kind of like its bellow cuts off and it visibly reacts to the wound that you have inflicted, and it's severely harmed, but it's really angry.
Oh,
Right in
balls.
its
Um,
And
22 damage does not kill this thing. I'm scared a little bit.
as I notice that it's still standing, I shoot it with my longbow.
Okay, yeah, take that. Take that. Shot.
With advantage and sneak attacks and let's see. So a
Can I
16.
see any of this, or do I just see darkness?
You hear noises and see absolutely nothing.
Does a
Okay.
16 hit?
I have to check the thing.
Why are
again.
my sneak attacks always 1 freaking damage?
That's a great question, actually.
So according to chat, inflict wounds heals undead.
Oh,
That's a fun thing that we didn't use last
What?
campaign either.
well, we will have to verify that because if so, that is hilarious, and I will
Would
totally.
I have been able to roll an intelligence or a religion on that and revoke that action? Then I feel like that would be something I might have learned in like kindergarten law school.
see here.
Because that
It doesn't have any immunities. Oh wait, no, it does. It absolutely has an immunity to necrotic damage. So
So can I
I'm
roll
really
an
tired of
intelligence
it
or
right now.
religion and resend that then? Because I feel like that is something I would know. My character,
Well,
anyways.
the spell description doesn't say that it heals anything. But if the target just has immunity, then it just won't do any
it's
damage.
immune.
Yeah.
I think given the description that I gave for your action, it's your hands still sink into this thing and it's still angry. And I think we might need to roll with that.
Okay.
But for future reference, we will know that inflict wound.
We're first.
Good to know. Thanks, Chet.
So yeah, so
Healing my thunder?
Clithra's hands are stuck in this thing, and Lorian shoots it with his bow. And your arrow just kind of sinks into the side of its head, doing some damage. But it is not only is it not dead, but now that we know that damage doesn't hurt it, it's a little mad. It's pretty mad. And I think when we start our next session, we should roll initiative, and we can have even more great fights with our great party.
Oh my goodness.
We'll see if I'm able to drop anybody else to unconsciousness in this next fight, or whether you've learned.
I've learned that we should probably every now and then help our companions, and I need to memorize new spells. Because nothing of mine works.
And I say, did you get him?
She's just like, what's going on?
Did anyone, is he there? Is it big? Is it the old man? Who is it?
So
I'm gonna blow a flame of fire if no one tells me no.
So we're just gonna kind of fade out on Zisa, just kind of questioning, like, team?
Team, hello?
I can't see anything, question mark? Let us do our outros and allow Indie LP to take the stage. Rob, if you want to start us off.
Sure. Thanks everybody for tuning in for episode 2. It was a lot of fun. We had lots of interactions and combat. I am Rob / Ishtara. You can find me on Twitter at IshTaraWins and in Misscliks chat as well for the shows throughout the week. And that is me. Jess.
Thanks, y'all. I hope you had a good time watching everyone get slaughtered. We'll be back for more fun next Wednesday. I did a little bit more show art today, so I'll put a link in chat to that. And in the meantime, thank you. In the meantime, you can follow me on Twitter at Silton. Thank you.
Britt.
Yes, I'm Britt. Thanks for watching. On Twitter, I'm Britt Wiseman, because that is my name. And go Tiny Lizard Hands.
Team Tiny Lizard Hands.
Team Tiny Lizard Hands.
I am Calithra Tia Laurelania. My Twitter handle has actually recently changed because I've decided to step down from the world of esports because I want to focus more on fun projects like this and also GexCon, which I'm going to be hosting, which is a convention on the 23rd and 24th of July in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I'm actually doing a ticket giveaway. If you go to my Twitter, there is my pinned tweet, which you can retweet if you'd like to get a free ticket to this convention. And I am a part-time streamer here on twitch.tv, so please, please, please follow me. I'm so lonely, I need friends.
We'll be your friends.
Love
I'm your friend.
Love you guys.
I expressed my friendship by trying to kill your character because I'm Naja, aka Trista Ray, the DM of this here, I don't know, Clown Fiesta campaign, whatever you want to call it. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you had as much fun as we did with this. Please tune in next week to see, well, if they make it through another room, the Downbreach Archive here at Misscliks D&D Prophecy.
Yes, indeed. Sometimes we do things, sometimes we don't, but we always try.
We work as a team.
Put some salt on it. Salt it up.
Yeah.
raise your salt shakers.
Salt shaker.
Sometimes we do things, sometimes we don't, but we always season.
That's right.
months.
All right, guys, that's going to be it for us for this evening. Please stick around. NDLP is going to be on in about 10 minutes or so, so hang out. Stick around for Mary, and she'll be live shortly, and we will see you next week at 6. Bye!
Bye.